Hey guys, haven't done a video on YouTube for quite a while. It looks like I looked and it was almost a year ago, I think, was the last one I made. So I thought I'd do one. Um, Lots happened in the past year. Uh, I was outsourced on my 28-year long job. So there was that big change. I got a little bit of severance pay, so I just took a couple months off to kind of decompress or whatever, just to take 2 months off pretty much. And then because I could. A lot of it was vacation pay, so I just called it a vacation before I started looking for work. But I got on at Walmart and worked there for like 28 days. I was also door dashing at the same time. And on one of the door dashes on when after I delivered what I was there to deliver, when I turn around, pretty much my whole vision and equilibrium and everything kind of just went into a spin, for lack of better words. And I barely made it back to my truck and got sat down in my truck, and then even then I couldn't drive right away. My vision wasn't, and everything wasn't right to be able to drive. So when I was able to drive, I came back home, and like an idiot male, I did accept one more DoorDash order. And the same thing didn't happen again, but it was like threatening to. It's still an issue. So after that, I did end up going to the ER, and that was when they did a scan and informed me that I had cancer in my lungs and brain, my lung and brain. And so that's been a new development. Lost my job at 28 years and found out I had lung and brain cancer. So other things have happened since then, but those are the two biggest things. I got on disability, so I'm on disability. They have, according to the last MRI, they have different words they prefer, but I'm just gonna say they laser shot the brain tumors out of my brain. Right now I don't have any brain tumors, so that I know of. But it's in my lymph nodes and I guess it was my heart and in one. Oddly, right now, only one bone, my left humerus, apparently has cancer. Mostly, I usually feel okay, but I'm doing chemo too, and some days I feel really tired. That's for sure. But otherwise, I'm not doing real bad physically, anyways. Psychologically and whatnot, and maybe not quite as well, even, I think. But anyways. So all that's been going on, and in December, I went to the hospital after the cancer diagnosis, and I was feeling really bad and vomiting something fierce. So I ended up going to the ER then, and that night they had found 2 liters of cancerous fluid on my lungs build up on my heart. And then a few days later found another liter on one of my lungs. But that night was the issue was 2 liters on my lungs, which damn near killed me. I thought I was dead that night. But so there was that. And my son and his wife and daughter-in-law have moved in. So there's that, and I believe they're gonna do their first farmers market tomorrow, and doing baked goods. So yeah, pretty much I think that's all in a nutshell of things that have happened in the past year. So, but today I wanted to update you all on that, and then I'd like to I'm going to do a really super fast garden tour. We'll go back here real quick and just make this really quick because it's windy and everything. So I've got a few rows growing. It's a little bit weedy. I'm trying to get it all planted. There, I got back there. I got the solar dryer going, but a lot of broccoli, cauliflower, onions, a lot of kale. I got a ton of the scarlet kale stuff going to flower. And I need to do a lot of work on this. That's what's going on there. We're building a new rabbitry over here and some other projects over in that area. I'm going to give a more detailed garden tour later, but this is just going to be a quickie. But I'm still alive, letting you know, whoever, I'm still alive. I've got various herbs growing throughout here. I'm kind of proud of the goji berries back here, almost neglected in the corner, really taking off and spreading. It was just one plant. There's some tomato plants there. A lot more flowers this year. There's some bunch of poppies there. Now, anybody think since the last video, I think this will be a little update. Been cooking out here on the rocket stove. Probably have some rocket stove videos possibly. I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I planted a lot of sunflowers. A lot. Let me see. Different kinds there. Lots of them. I've been harvesting some of this, and looks like some of these are nice and full. I like them full like that. I've been harvesting some of this clover I'm trying to do a lot more herb stuff. What is this, guys? Is that asparagus or is that? Anyways, so here's this. Some the garden beds here. Let me go around on the inside. A few things planted in pots here. Peppers, squash, you name it. There's some stuff for the farmer's market tomorrow. Potatoes. Some baby bok choy, 2 beds of it. Some more bok choy and Mizuna, I believe. Oh, and all of this stuff. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love that lettuce. Merlot lettuce. Like that and the flashy butter gem. And the Cocoa Puffs. Planted some sort of squash in there. I stopped labeling. I started moving fast, and then I stopped labeling. I need to have some sort of AI assistance on that. Something going flower. I don't even know it's planted in there. I don't even know if there's a tag in that. Oh, it looks like some radishes. But they're woody. I don't know. I'll pull them out and find out. What do we got going on? So these ones here, these are some really hot ones. Some death spirals. I think I got a couple more over there. I got a pot. More red kale. Can't do without that. There's a lot of purple beauty peppers through here. There's various kinds. I think I've only planted 2 kinds this year of pepper. Um, yeah, pretty much 2 or 3. Not a lot of different kinds of peppers, but so here's some stuff going on. Looks like some sort of, I don't know what that is. Huh. Some sort of radish? Are you serious? The tag says, but I wouldn't believe that. Anyways, got a lot of stuff planted all through this fence line too. See, here's some more sunflowers. There's sunflowers scattered all through here, and I've been planting herbs and all sorts of stuff. There's another sunflower there. I mean, they're I'm creating a jungle of sunflowers soon. But there is other stuff planted all through here that I've been working on. Pretty excited too. Some of it I'm saving like for surprises. There's little vegetables. Back there's one too. See something's growing here. I see there's some. Oh, I touched that, and that could be like a death angel or something. There's some Swiss chard. I've planted little stuff all through here. There's some. Well, this is a big bed of garlic, by the way, but there's some carrots, I believe, back there. There are carrots down in here. I'm trying to plant as much, just squeeze as much into these beds as I can. There's more Swiss chard and carrots. Some sunflower and some sort of squash. I think those were mystery ones, and I just plopped them wherever. They may be cucumbers or these 2 growing here. More sunflowers. Whoa, look at that. Bam. Rabbit. There's some peas. They haven't made peas yet, but more sunflower. Those are red sun, I think, those dark colored ones. A lot of red sun and, I don't know, eclipse or some sort like that. And here's something that, not tagged, but I know I planted whatever these are because they're in rows. Some sort of flowers. We'll see if they're pretty or not soon, and then we won't know what they were. More garlic with sunflowers in between. And there is stuff just planted all through this. Even though you see empty space, there's some peas back there. Even though you see empty space, I have planted all sorts of. There's golden amaranth back down through all that as well. And this is red ruby amaranth. And it grows really tall and it's beautiful. I love this plant. And it's edible. Awesome plant. In my opinion. One of my favorites in the garden. And these ones towards this end, you see these sunflowers here, these are the mammoths. So I'm hoping to get me a really monster one out here, like right dead center, centerpiece material stuff. And hopefully this is a black hollyhock. Thought it'd look cool right here with these red amaranths. Oh, where are we at? So here's I planted more, but they didn't do very well. But here is some fall gold raspberries, and I may get a couple more plants if I can. But also around here I have planted like marigolds and zinnias. Here's some various assortment of. I also randomly planted most of these beds are marigolds and zinnias, but this bed here is mostly peppers of some sort, and I think I need to put some manure in here or something. I'm starting to see that I feel like that's necessary, but anyways, various assortment of peppers and tomatoes. Maybe possibly an odd eggplant, because there are some eggplants throughout some of these beds randomly. Another sunflower, comfrey, and an apple tree. Looks like it needs some water, and it just rained last night. Also, at the other end, we're just going to go this way. Also, at the other end is another apple tree, and there are chives planted down there. I don't know if they're going to sprout or not, but chives are planted down there. Some sort of squash, not labeled, I don't think. A lonesome sunflower that was just straggling in a tray, and there's something looks like it straight up died. It's a mystery. Anyways, so I don't know where we were at. Here's another bed though. It's got a random assortment of, I think, one lone squash. Yeah, some sort of squash. And then a mixture of, it looks like tomatoes mostly. There's one of those lone random eggplants, it looks like. It don't look like it's doing real well either. It's weird. Rain pretty good. I don't know what's going on, so it must be something else. More peppers and tomatoes. Looks like the peppers are kind of dominant here, and there is stuff like radishes and carrots and whatnot planted in between. And some lettuce is also, you'll see that later in the few weeks down the road. There's some onions also, and a marigold. More tomatoes, peppers. Mostly purple beauty and albino something peppers is mostly what I've got going on. There are some canary peppers, and I'll get into tomatoes another time, to be honest with you. I'm trying to shorten this up. Yes, definitely. May have to split this into 2 parts. Oh, I said earlier, I was thinking about doing a podcast, so there you go, just throw that in there too. I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I got podcast stuff to do, with if it works properly and whatnot. More peppers, more tomatoes. Except there for random cabbage there. Diversity. Look at this beautiful freaking lettuce. Look at it. That's like prize winning lettuce. I'm gonna kill myself on my bird feeder thing. Look at that lettuce, guys. Bam! That's what I do right here. I grow good lettuce. Some spinach in there as well. Of course, the marigold, peppers, onions, and then this is the not good thing in this bed. Produced some tomatoes and then died like hell, man. I don't know what's going on there with that. But isn't that cool? It's the worst tomato plant I got. Here's some pumpkins, man. I'm gonna grow like this massive pumpkin right out here, right up front, and prune all the other ones off. Trellis the vines or whatever, or something, and just grow this one massive pumpkin right out front. I wish I had more of this growing. I love it, but it's Orac, however you say it. I'm still gonna prune out. I'm gonna leave 2 of these pumpkin plants growing, but so I need to get rid of one. I need to sacrifice one somewhere or move it. I did move the one that was right there in that little hole. Lavender, got some lavender going on. Some other things. More lavender and a pepper and a zinnia and a marigold and some lettuce. Diversity, chamomile and a marigold. Wisteria that I'm working on. I think that this is lemon balm and a kale plant. All in that, but I haven't seen any other signs of lemon balm. More lavender, zinnia, pepper. Some sage. There are several sage plants in that. a squash, some leeks, and Swiss chard, some tomatoes, zinnias, marigolds, and so on and so forth. Spinach, chard, and there are some pepper plants buried in here that need to be uncovered. And there are also snow peas going on over here. So what do we got here? Tomatoes, spinach, snow peas, zinnias, chard, leeks, tomato, and there are peppers up in here. Like I said, that's one thing. I'm gonna take some spinach to market. So, and a rosette Sharon. Named that one after myself. All right, so I'm gonna call it quits on this. This has got to have gotten long, maybe too long. I'm gonna have to redo this. But talk to you guys later. See you on the next one.